On YouTube 413 Fitness here. I just want to make a topic about high intensity interval training versus low intensity steady state cardio. In my opinion, the best is high intensity interval training. If you saw my benefits of high intensity interval training video, you know that high intensity interval training has been shown to increase testosterone levels, like I said in my other video. In addition to increasing GLUT4 concentration, it also increases 24-hour mitochondrial biogenesis, which is the formation of new energy producing cells in the body. And also during steady state cardio, the mTOR pathway is reduced and shuts down. Research shows that that only happens during steady state cardio, not in high intensity interval training. And HIIT also triggers an increase in the concentration of myofribiliar nuclei, and myofribiliar is more strength based. Like if you know anything about myofribiliar training versus myofribiliar hypertrophy versus sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, you know about that. Muscular hypertrophy depends on increase of nuclei concentration, which is why high intensity interval training is better than steady state cardio as far as muscle goes in general. And you want to make sure you schedule your cardio sessions around your weight training sessions, which you should be doing congruently, and making sure you have enough rest days in between your cardio, and also making sure you stretch and stuff like that, especially if you're not used to it. It can be pretty taxing on the body. And during steady state cardio, that becomes catabolic after a while. It is true that it's a fat burning exercise, because at that pace and state in your body is more likely to use fat for energy. But after a while, it slows that process down and turns to your muscle for energy from glucose, which is why insulin sensitivity is spiked more during high intensity interval training compared to steady state cardio. High intensity interval training taps into your fat stores more over time compared to and it doesn't sacrifice any muscle compared to low intensity steady state cardio. And also steady state cardio, if you search for the study from the American Journal of Physiology, it found that steady state cardio decreases the ability of muscles to absorb glucose in the body after training. The ability to absorb glucose is important, especially if you're diabetic, or if you have or just in general, just if you're training, your body will be more likely to use it for energy compared to storing it for fat, which is key just in general. Even if you're not trying to look like a bodybuilder or anything like that, it's just key to have glucose absorption spiked and insulin sensitivity spiked. That happens because cardio mobilizes the GLUT4 transport system, which I mentioned earlier, which is responsible for insulin-regulated translocation of glucose into cells. Cardio further limits hypertrophy by shutting down mTOR pathways, which is one of the primary regulators of muscle growth. When this happens, you'll burn the same amount of muscle as you do fat, which is why it's catabolic, like I said, and which is why high intensity interval training is better than steady state cardio, period. If you're trying to lose muscle and fat, you don't know what you're doing. You'll burn the same amount of muscle as you do fat, like I said, as all isn't lost. It is very possible to avoid all this by doing things in a different way. In fact, it's even possible to make your cardio anabolic, which is why high intensity interval training is anabolic compared to steady state cardio being catabolic. high intensity interval training is all out bursts of effort from anywhere from 15 to a minute, 15 to 60 seconds, and a recovery time of the same or a little bit more if you're new to it. If you just look at a sprinter versus marathon runner, you'll see the difference in body types. Not saying everybody will look like that, but it's more muscle mass to a sprinter than it is to a marathon runner, just based on energy systems and the body's adaptation to the type of training you're doing. When you're like a marathon runner, that's more slow, steady pace running compared to a sprinter where it's more all out, more of our primal instincts come into play like that, and your body's more used to that. High intensity interval training sets off an increase in concentration of myofribiliar nuclei. Like I said, hypertrophy is the growth and increase of size of muscle cells due to weightlifting or high intensity interval training. So that's just in case you didn't know what hypertrophy meant. And that's it. Thanks for watching. This is my breakdown on HIIT versus Liz or low intensity steady state cardio. Thanks for watching.